What do we as young people do when the people in charge of interest rates and down payments at the Federal Reserve only care about making Green Line go up for woke Wall Street businesses?
So we have 23% inflation in most cities across the country this year. So that means that if you just keep your money in your bank account, you'll get 23% poorer each year. So you have to go put your money to work. So people buy risky stocks or investments hoping that they'll be able to have the market go up in a correlated fashion. I'm not a market guy. I know enough to be dangerous. I don't think the Dow's going up 25% this year. But if the market goes up 25%, that means you're just staying the same. This creates cynicism. If you're a young person, you want to believe in the system, and you're like, okay, I'm penalized for saving. You will get 25% poorer for saving your money. That's a bad country to live in, where the people who save are the ones that are penalized the most. Instead, the people that spend quickly are the ones that actually get rewarded. That creates really bad economic decisions. Does anyone own property that's young over there? 2 or 3 hands. I guarantee this side of the room owns a lot of property, right? Yes, almost the whole side of the room. Here's the awful nature of what just happened. For this side of the room, your debt burden actually decreased by 25%. And so if you're rewarded, but then you want to go buy a home, it's 25% harder because everything went up in value. So if you owned property and you borrowed a bunch of money in this kind of short window when rates were super low, you're making out like a bandit right now. You know, corporate borrowing went up by $650 billion in the midst of the pandemic. They knew it was happening. They're like, rates are low. Let's just borrow as much money as we can. We're never going to get this opportunity ever again. So there's ways to fix this. We got to raise rates like immediately. You don't like it, but it's good for the economy. The longer we are on this low rate kind of sugar high, the harder it's going to be for this side of the room to ever break out of it. You want an immediate stimulus? Open up the American energy entrepreneur. Like, what are we doing? That's an easy thing to do. And yet we're thinking of buying oil from foreign adversaries. That right there will create jobs. And then finally, we need to reopen the American economy. If you're growing at least, then inflation can be managed. Average corporations like, oh yeah, here's a 3% raise. That's what Delta Airlines did. That doesn't cover the 6-7% cost of living increase. So you're getting 4% poorer. The CEO of Delta, he's able to either defer gains via stock, which continues to go up, or rich people are able to deploy their assets a lot quicker and easily in terms of inflation. They'll go to inflation-resistant assets, like apartment complexes. Apartment complexes are the perfect thing to own in inflation. Why? You can raise your rates every month, and the asset will only increase in value. That side of the room is not owning a lot of apartment complexes, right? They're the ones using it. So what can you do about it? You got to vote people into office that are going to return sound money